Hey, so here we are on the next client success story from the Remove program from Prostate Cancer Research. And today I am joined by Richard Martin. So Richard is currently in the program. And we're just going to be talking about his experiences of how he got involved in the program, but also how he's found it and also the results from it as well. So before we get into that, if you are watching, please just say hi in the comments. Okay, please just give us a hi in the comments. Let us know you're here. Also, if you've got any questions that you would like to ask, then again, myself or Richard, then please put them in the comments, and we'll be able to answer them and have a little discussion about those questions as well. Okay, so Richard, how you doing? You okay?
Yeah, good. Thanks, Adam. Yeah.
Good. So, Richard, before we get into it, if you could just introduce yourself, who you are, how old you are, and where you're from.
Okay, so I'm Richard Martin. I'm 66. Originally born in the East End, moved out to Essex, retired last year, or semi-retired sort of, and moved out to a little town in Northamptonshire where I'm now living.
Nice. And of course, so you've joined this program because you've got prostate cancer, or it's been diagnosed with prostate cancer. And just before we get into that, I just want people to know that the Remove program, it's designed for men who have been diagnosed with prostate cancer. They're also, some of them are currently having treatment for their prostate cancer, and also for people that are in recovery of it as well. So we've got people at all different stages of their treatment. So we've got that, and we've got people, as we were just talking before, weren't we? And we've got people at all different stages. We've got people having it, we've got people having treatment, and all different types of treatment as well. Now, Richard, how long? So for you, you're currently having active surveillance, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm on active surveillance. Yeah, I'm currently on active surveillance. Yeah, which was my decision as well.
That's it. So for you, when were you first diagnosed? How did it all come up? How did you find out that you actually had prostate cancer?
Okay, so I moved from Essex last August, up to here in Northamptonshire, registered with the new GP as you do, and part of the registration was they send you for an MOT, blood, urine test, etc., weight, height, etc. So I had all those. A couple of days later, phone call from the doctor. Can you pop in and see me, please? Yeah, what's it about? Oh, your PSA levels are high. I had no idea. Didn't know what PSA was. Totally in the dark about it. So rolled up to the GP, explained what it was, gave me the old finger test, said everything felt okay, but have another PSA in a few weeks' time, which I did. That came back still high, but not as high as the first PSA. Came back at, I think the first PSA was 7.4. Second one came back at 6.4. So I was referred to the urology, and then it just moved on from there. Had a few meetings at urology, had the MRI. MRI found a small lesion on the prostate somewhere. Referred for a biopsy, had the biopsy, and then got the results in January. My results were, I was given a Gleason 3+4. I had 28 biopsy cores taken, which was quite a lot. But they did a targeted biopsy, by using the MRI as well. And out of those 28 samples that were taken, there was only 4 that showed a cancerous signs. And of the 4, only 10% of that was graded as a Gleason 4. So it was classed as a very low grade, all contained inside the prostate, etc. Very slow growth. So I was given all options. They don't exactly tell you what to do, but they sort of advise, they say you can have surgery, you can have radiotherapy, you can have brachytherapy. You can have, focal. I mentioned focal therapy, but you have to be referred to London for that. But I'd done research beforehand because as soon as I sort of going back to when I first had the high PSAs, and it was like, oh, okay, I'm going to research all this. So I started doing lots of research because I'm quite meticulous. I like to know what's going on, and I was sort of looking at PSA, and then it got onto so look, I've probably got prostate cancer here. Okay, so let's have a read up about prostate cancer, and then I started looking at a couple of the online videos from. There's a very good Prostate Cancer Research Institute in the USA. There's a Dr. Schultz on there. He does lots of quite good videos. So I started watching some of them and spoke to the specialist nurse teams at Prostate Cancer UK as well, who are excellent. Got some advice either way. And quite a few times, active surveillance was mentioned if you had a low-grade prostate cancer. So I sort of looked at that and I thought, okay, well, if I get like a score of 3.3 or a 3.4, that's pretty low.
That's probably what you want to go through, right?
With that option, I can look at active surveillance.
Yeah.
So
if I could, so I just want to get into that there. So like if because it's it's not the doctor wasn't phoning up just to say hope you're having a good day. It was it's something serious, like when the doctor phoned you up, isn't it? Like we know that. So when he then told you that you had prostate cancer, like how did you feel in that moment?
I think it's hard to explain because I'm more a glass half full type of person. I'd already, when I first went to the GP, when he called me in that day and did the rectal examination and stuff, it started to get my mind thinking, oh, well, okay, there is something going on here. I mean, but after I had the examination, he said, can't feel anything. And obviously, like I said, referred me back for another PSA, but that set my mind into motion to start researching it. So initially thought, the initial thought is, oh bugger, okay, so looks like I've got prostate cancer here. I mean, nothing was confirmed then. I had no biopsy or anything, but I'd already got it in my mind that I got it.
Yeah.
So I started looking at things from that aspect already.
Yeah.
Which is, like I say, I did the research, and so when I did actually go after the biopsy, then I actually got called in to see the specialist for my results. I was already prepared.
Yeah.
So when they sit you down and they go, oh, well, I'm afraid to say, and I went, I've got prostate cancer, and she went, yes, you have, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I said, what's my Gleason score? So I was literally preempting them. She went, oh, well, you're given your Gleason score is a 3+4. I went, oh, that's fairly low then. She went, it is. She said, and then she said, have you been reading up on it? And I went, yes. So I went in sort of aware. Rather than going in going, oh my God, I didn't have that sort of, I mean.
Which is good, right? Which is sort of really good. Now, now, like we say, like you're now part of the Remove program, okay? And you've been in the program for 12 weeks.
12 weeks, yeah.
So we're coming to the end of the program for you. Now, how did you first find out about the program?
It pinged up on social media. I think I probably saw, because I follow like Prostate Cancer UK and a couple of others. I think Prostate Cancer Research must have pinged up because it's probably the algorithms that sort of chuck it your way on social media, and it pinged up, and I saw it initially, and I had a look and thought, oh, yeah, and sort of like didn't think anything.
Dismissed it. Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
dismiss it. And then a week or two later, I think it must have been about May or June time, it come up again, and I sort of thought I had a read of it, and I thought, well, maybe thinking it's going to be more like a diety type plan. So I thought, well, yeah, I do need to do something here. So I live on my own, so maybe something will give me the motivation to do it, because my motivation and willpower sort of go like a roller coaster.
Yeah.
So I just applied for it, and yeah, I got picked, which is great. And then the rest of it is history.
That's
Yeah.
it, right? That's
Yeah.
it. That's it. So did you, you know, were you skeptical, like from reading about it, were you skeptical? Were you a little bit apprehensive?
I think probably like some of the other guys on here, I think there's a bit skeptical about what was going to happen, what it was going to be, what it was going to be about. Will I deal with it or not? And but I just pushed through with it, and it's been a good program.
Cool.
Not ideal in some days because some of the tasks, like I've explained before to you on the groups, I'm not a great fan of writing tasks, which some of the program, you have to do bits, and so I did struggle with that. But so it took me a few days to actually sit down and focus on it and do it. But I did it because I wanted to do it because I felt I needed to do it, and I think mentally and my mindset over the program has changed, and from being a bit negative about things, I think I'm now a hell of a lot more positive.
Yeah, like that's on the previous two chats I've had, like with Mike yesterday and then Alan last week. That's coming up, and also with the guys in the group, you can see how everyone's mindset is completely changing in just a short,
100%.
like we're only in week 12 now, but it's changing very, very quickly for a lot of you guys, which is really, really good. Now, how did you find the program? Like there's weekly content, like how did you find it? Because we don't do things normally, do we, in the program? I don't throw things all at you. It's not like you need to eat this, you need to do this exercise, and we need to do it all at once.
I found it a very slow pace, which was easy to take in, rather than you like chucking everything out as in one go and going, right, this is what you're doing. And it's like, oh my God, and you've got to work through lots and lots of stuff. I found it a very gradual build up, and which makes it easier to manage, and the content and the daily tasks and the morning tasks and the afternoon, evening tasks, and then the food program. I found it easy. I say it's just occasionally I've just struggled a little bit with the, like writing down the 50 tasks and stuff like that. But
yeah,
like I say, you get through it, but because you just need to take the time to sort of chill and then get your mind into it and then do it. And then, I think the first week I thought, oh, what have I let myself in for? But I wanted to, go for it. I mean, when you get the first lot of videos to watch and there's quite a lot of videos in the first couple of weeks that you think you're never going to get through, but you do because you just make the time for it.
Yeah.
After that, I just found it enjoyable, to be quite honest, and I do quite like the community we've sort of built as well with the other guys on a group chat on a Monday morning, or if you can't make the Monday morning, jump on the Thursday evening one.
That's
so,
it.
It's great. It's a great community.
Yeah. No, that's one thing I've really liked as well is the the community. It's not all doom and gloom, is it? We're not there sitting around and whinging about stuff. We're we do have a good laugh. And everyone's supporting as well. And something I've found is also if you look at the chat in the group as well, is everyone's inspiring each other.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, everybody's getting out on their bikes, or like me now, out walking and stuff, and everybody's doing something, and you can see like in the conversations, everybody's suddenly they're slowly moving forward, and they're all achieving, which is great. I feel great for the other guys, seeing how well they're doing, because they've been through a lot worse than me. I mean, I feel like I'm still normal at the moment because I'm only being watched. I'm on active surveillance.
Yeah.
So I've not had any surgery, or I've not had any radiotherapy, so I've not going through any of those after effects that the other guys have gone through. So for me, I feel, should I really be here, with these guys? Because these guys are a lot more to look up to than me. But as we said, everybody, we've all got our own pathway.
Exactly.
Everybody's journey on this is different, but we're all connected with the same tie, which is the prostate cancer.
Mm.
So, you know, we've all got prostate cancer as our holding us back, but
Our
we've
connection, but we've all got different stories, right?
stories, yeah. So, you know, what surgery, you know, surgery to one person can be completely different to another. You know, the after effects and etc. can be completely different. So, you know, but you listen to everybody's story, which is great. But yeah, no, I love it. Yeah, it's a really good community. Look, I do look forward to the Monday mornings actually.
Yeah, I do as well. I do.
Yeah,
I know it's going to be. I know it's going to be good. I know it's going to be good.
Yeah.
Cool. So so tell me, like, it's, you know, like you're coming up to the end of week 12, but like, what have you achieved? You know, like thinking back to where you were before, you know, before you started, like 3 months ago. Like, what's different in, you know, like, how is your life different in, you know, in the areas of, you know, physicality, you know, mentally, emotionally, all of those, and your whole wellness?
Yeah.
Like, what's different?
Okay, so before the program, I was probably what you call an intermittent sort of like dieter, exerciser, etc. I'd get it in my mind, oh, I really need to lose some timber, and I'd go on a fad, as to call it, you know, and I'd go out exercising for a few weeks and try and watch my food, and then after a while, it's not working, and you just so, you know, my weight would sort of yo-yo, it'd go up and down, and my exercise would go up and down and stuff. Since doing this program, I think my mindset has changed, and I've now got into routines that I've never done before, regarding like exercise. You know, I go out, and since starting this program, I've walked over 300 miles now. I do a daily. I get up in the morning now, have a cold, like drink of cold water, and I'm out the door, and I'm gone for an hour and a half, 2 hours. You know, 5 miles, 6 miles, 7 miles, 8 miles. Then come in and then have my breakfast and get on. And doing that mentally, I feel a hell of a lot better. My mindset's changed. My motivation's changed. I've lost a load of weight.
How much weight you lost?
I think I started this program at about 9,900 kilos, and I'm about 91 now. My clothes have changed. T-shirts are too baggy. You know, I've had to buy new T-shirts, trousers, etc. You know, trousers are too big. I've had to put some holes in the belt to, you know, but you know, I can see, like, you know, when we do the weekly measurements, my waist size has gone down as well. You know, my chest size has gone down. Everything's working, but it doesn't feel like I'm doing anything different. If you know what I mean, it's just happening naturally, and everything's worked well for me. I'm sure the other guys will say the same, but you know, when we had the measuring your calories and stuff, or your nutrition starting the other week, I thought that was going to be a struggle. You know, 1,500 calories a day. You know, I'm never going to manage that. I find some days I don't even hit that target because I don't feel hungry, because obviously because having the protein now, and you know, more protein in the morning for breakfast, and protein, you know, a bit of protein or a protein shake lunchtime with something, you know, some fruit or something. I just don't feel hungry anymore. I'm not a chocoholic, or, you know, before I could go to the shop, buy a packet of digestive biscuits and literally,
and a cup of tea, and then inhale it,
and then like the pack's gone, you know. But I'm not touching chocolate anymore. I've not had chocolate for weeks and weeks and weeks, and it's just all up here. It's just, it's just a mindset thing. It really has changed the way that I think about my daily routine.
Yeah, which is good. Which is really, really good. Cool. Also want to touch on the subject as well, as your daughter got married as well a few weeks ago, didn't she?
Yeah. One of the best days ever.
Yeah.
One of the best days. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, that's it. You know, and like this is the thing, right? You were getting fitter, you were getting healthier, you were losing weight. Yeah. And you're like, damn, I've got to get into my suit. You know,
and the issue with that was that 2 days before the wedding, I tried the suit on again, and the trousers were far too big. So I had to shoot out to Next to buy another pair of trousers that actually fitted on the day. So
I'm sorry.
no, it's great. No. But the thing is people have said to me, because I've not seen for a while, wow, you're looking well, you're looking good. Whereas before I'd feel a little bit conscious about, even in the summertime, we're just going out in a t-shirt. Sometimes you think, I felt a little bit uncomfortable sometimes, just you feel like people were, oh, look at him, he's a bit porky. Although I'm not, grossly overweight. But I just personally felt.
Yeah, but it's confidence though, isn't it?
It's self-confidence. Yeah, of course it was. Yeah. Whereas now, like, I'm out now. I mean, I spent all summer in shorts and a t-shirt so far.
Yeah, that's it.
Even now, like, I'm going out shorts and t-shirt, and I'm great about it. Like I say, it's all gone back to that
Yeah.
mindset thing that we've been working on over the last 12 weeks.
Nice.
Yeah, well happy with it.
Good. So, like that's the results that you've achieved yourself. But, how has that affected the people around you? Like, has it affected like any of your circle of people around you by you getting fitter, healthier, more confident? Like, for example, like let's look at, like being the father of the bride, being in front of all of those people, because I know that you were a little bit apprehensive about that.
I was very apprehensive about that. Yeah.
But again, by you doing this, that's then affected other people because you've had more confidence to then be able to do that as well. Like, of course, you would have stood up and done it anyway. But it's just
I think being in the program gave me more confidence to stand up in front of those 90 people and deliver like my father of the bride speech, because if I hadn't been on this program, I would have literally fallen apart before doing it. I would have just been so nervous, because I remember years ago I had to do a presentation for something once, and it was like, just like a 5-minute presentation, and I just couldn't deal with it, and I didn't do it because I was just so anxious and nervous about speaking in public. But say
this.
The other week it wasn't an issue now. I just felt good about myself. Walking down the aisle, I felt really good. I know people look at it, and I just felt really good about it. Nice. And I'll say my daughter's noticed a change, because she's the only circle that I have really. I mean, I've got a few friends here in the new town where I've moved, but they don't know me from the past. So they only know me from since being here. So, seeing like my old friends, at the wedding, some of my old school friends that I still keep in touch with, which is, amazing. Like for 60 odd years, and we're still in touch. They noticed the difference. They said, "Oh, you seem so different. You look better. What you're doing." And I'm just eating healthily and, sort of looking after myself now, having a better mindset. And I go,
that's brilliant. Getting a couple of thousand steps in a day as well, by the sounds of it.
Yeah. I mean, obviously on the, now we've gone up to 10,000. I try to at least get the 10,000 in, but when I go out in the mornings, I've done 10,000. I've smashed 10,000. I think yesterday I did about 15. So,
nice.
but no, I'm feeling good. And the thing as well is like my blood pressure's dropped. My sleep, my resting heart rate has dropped. You can see it. I can see it all on the app. It's all literally dropped. My resting heart rate now is like 51.
Perfect.
And my blood pressure has gone from like being elevated all the time to being normal readings over the last 6 weeks. So it has great. Everything's coming down, which is great.
Which is what we want, right? Which is what we want.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. No, 100%. Yeah.
Cool. So I've got a big question. Can you see yourself continuing with what you're doing now in the future?
Yeah, I think my mindset is now into it. I think because if I was going to not continue, I would have probably not continued the program. I would have probably gone, oh, no, this is not for me. Maybe halfway through. But as we've gone on, I can now see myself sticking on this path rather than going back onto the old path. You know, I'm staying on the new
one
road.
Of the exercises.
Exactly.
One of the exercises, right? I can see you've been doing your work.
It does I do pay attention. But no, the new pathway is definitely the path I want to go to now. Mm-hmm. You know, and I'm setting myself other targets now. You know, like, you know, I want to lose like another stone by Christmas. I want to lose like another 14 pounds by Christmas. So achievable. You know, it's not a big ask. It's not a big ask. You know, pound a week, or 2 kilo a week. So I'm now setting myself objectives and targets that I want to do. I'm finding now that I'm going out. I'm being more social. You know, because I joined the local pool team here as well, but I'd only ever go for the match and then come home. Whereas now, like, you know, they have practice. So I go down for practice, have a chat. I don't really have a drink in there. I've got to try to keep off the beer. But I go down and, you know, I'm more sociable, you know, chat to more people now. So when I walk around the town now, more people sort of know, oh, morning, you know, and which is great. So that's all good, you know, a good confidence booster as well. So yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Really, really good. So if you know, if someone's watching this, you know, and they've seen the adverts for the Remove program, and they're like, oh, I'm not sure it's for me. You know, maybe they're like just being diagnosed, or whether they're due to have chemotherapy or radiotherapy, or like yourself having active surveillance, and they're not sure whether it's the right program for them. Like, without just saying just do it, like, what would you say to that person?
I would say that you have, you know, it's worth trying. You've got nothing to lose by joining the program, but you've got plenty to gain. You know, you may think you're in an okay place, but I think the program will bring out a lot more in you, which will develop you a lot more than you'll ever imagine. I said, I mean, for me, it's been great. You know, 12 weeks ago, I wouldn't have been the way I am today. Even talking to you now like this, you know, I wouldn't probably have the confidence to do it. But no, I think you've got to give it a go. I think you have to be in it to win it, as they say. You know, and it's a great program, and it's not just about diet. You know, it's not just about losing weight. There's a lot more. It's a lot more involved, and it's great, and it'll help anybody. It will help anybody, especially if guys are suffering a little bit, or people like me maybe that live on their own, or, you know, guys, you know, older guys that are not so sure. Just do it, because it really is worthwhile.
Nice, thank you. And again, thank you, Richard, for taking your time out. I know I've probably stopped you from getting in another couple of 100 miles walking today, but but thank you for taking the time out just to share your story. And, you know, like, you should be proud of what you're achieving. You should be really proud of what you're achieving, because you're the one that's doing the work. So just keep that up, right? Just keep that up. So for anyone that is watching, okay, and would like more information about the Remove program, or just prostate cancer research in general, then please just go to their website, prostate-cancer-research.org.uk, where you can find out, you know, loads of information about all the good work that they're doing, and also more information about the program. And then we can just see if it's going to be right for you. Okay. But again, Richard, thank you so much for taking the time out.
Thanks, Adam.
Really good, and just keep up the good work. And I can't wait, you know, like when it gets to Christmas, where you're going to be then.